I'm on with the Force is with me. I'm on with the Force is with me. I'm on with the
Dude,
Force.
what are you doing?
Channeling the Force.
Okay, guys. Hey, welcome back. It's Sci-Fi Weekly. I'm wearing my ugly Star Wars sweater for Ugly Sweater Paso High. And today we're going to talk about Rogue One. We're going to review it because, unfortunately, we decided not to talk about Spider-Man
because not much is known about that. The only thing that we have so far is that Spider-Man is going to be in it, obviously, and Vulture. That's basically it.
So, I'm going to get this right out of the way. I know people are going to be like, what did you think of it compared to The Force Awakens? Here we go. Act 1 of The Force Awakens I felt was much stronger, personally, but Acts 2 and 3 of Rogue One soar above The Force Awakens, definitely. That's when the film starts to go up. Like, I was watching it and I heard some people saying, oh, it's better than The Force Awakens, and I'm like, watching the first act, I'm like, and then I guess the second act, like, oh, okay, there we go, I feel it now. And you?
I'd give it, this is my favorite Star Wars movie in the history of Star Wars movies. I'd put it against all of them. Also, there will be this is going to be half spoiler free and half spoilers, so I'll let you know when we get to the spoilers. Anyway, but I put it above all of them. 4, 1 through 7, 8 to
yes, it was a well-acted, well-directed movie. I think the soundtrack was actually really strong, despite the lack of John Williams. There was some very good scores in there, especially the ending emotional scene at the end. I'm not going to spoil it yet.
No.
Not going to spoil it yet.
Not yet.
There was a very emotional scene, and the soundtrack was perfect. It was spot on. There was some very good shot angles, very good CGI, very good effects, very good acting. Everything was good.
Vader's in it.
Mostly.
For about 6 minutes.
Which you all know.
Which the 6 minutes you actually get your Vader fill in.
Yes. The 6 minutes of Darth Vader in this film are perfect. There's another villain who returns too. We'll talk more about that in the spoilers because he's supposed to be a surprise. Let's just say it involves a little CGI.
That was... Wow. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yep.
So.
And now, I'm going to talk about, let's see, your Krennic. The new villain.
Krennic.
He is very good. I actually liked him. He was a good actor, very good, and he was kind of crazy at sometimes, I think. It's kind of funny because he's kind of humiliated amongst the Imperials, you know? He keeps getting humiliated and beaten down. He's like, he keeps trying to cut back. You know, he's very ambitious, I guess you can say.
Wants to strive for more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are we going to go into spoilers?
Let's go into the spoilers.
Okay.
But first, we're going to give our scores.
Oh, yeah, true.
I personally think it is an A. I'm not sure if it's one of the best films. I mean, if it's the best film yet. I need to watch it again. It may just be the best film, in my opinion. I have to watch it again. How about you?
I'd give it a 10 out of 10.
So, yeah, it's his favorite out of the franchise. Spoiler time, let's go.
Okay, we've warned you. Now, you have a couple options. 1, you can turn off the video. 2, you can turn off the volume. 3, you can go watch Markiplier and PewDiePie. 4, you can throw your phone across.
Or you can watch The Dead Part 2.
You can watch The Dead Part 2. That's up on the channel. Or watch The Dead Part 1 and then watch Part 2. That's a good idea also. Anyway, spoiler time. Are you ready? Darth Vader. Last 3 minutes in the film. Best thing part of that entire thing.
It's like a horror movie, okay? So the rebels are sitting there. They're looking down this hallway. It's dark. And me and my friend Pablo looked at each other. We're like, Darth Vader's going to be here. Next thing you know, you hear him breathing. He ignites his lightsaber and proceeds to slaughter all of them.
Have you guys seen Friday the 13th? Have you seen how Jason cuts down all of his campers? Yeah, it's that.
Oh, yeah,
except
and also,
with the lightsaber.
You see one of the rebels, he's banging on the glass like, let us out of here! And it reminded me of Alien almost. And another thing, so in The Force Awakens, people are like, so Kylo Ren, it's like, oh, Kylo Ren's trying to be Darth Vader. But then you see how he fights in The Force Awakens, it's like, is he really trying to be like Darth Vader? But this movie shows you, yes. Because the way he moved his lightsaber, that circular motion, Darth Vader does that. Darth Vader, yes, you know how Kylo Ren stopped the blaster bolt? We finally get to see Darth Vader stop it and send it back at something. For once, he usually stopped it and just crushed it, you know, just left it there. But now he finally stops it and sends it back at a rebel. That was awesome. And I'm like, hey, Kylo Ren did that. Oh, that's where Kylo Ren got his moves. You know, you kind of see that in the Rogue One, and that was very cool. I like that.
Also, I would have to say, the little CGI character that we mentioned was Grand Moff Tarkin. That's right. He's back. Also, they also did a CGI regeneration of Leia when she was young. They looked really good.
They actually looked good. I'm surprised they pulled it off. I was like, how are they going to do Leia in this film? How is Leia going to work? I'm like, are they just going to show maybe the back of her? But no, she actually turned around. I was like, what?
And she talks.
She talks too. And it actually worked.
I liked the rivalry between Grand Moff Tarkin and Krennic.
Another thing, there's a very emotional scene. Senator Organa is in this film.
Yes.
And we basically hear his last words to his fellow rebels. He is like, I'm going to return to Alderaan to visit my family. And me and my friend Paulo look at each other and we're like, don't go! Because we know he's going to die.
You're going to die on Alderaan.
So
there is an R2 and 3PO Easter egg. It's not really
an Easter egg.
Okay, it's one of those things where you can't miss it unless if you're not paying attention to the movie at all.
It's just a little nod to C-3PO and R2-D2, but when that happened, everyone in the theater cheered. They started clapping. It was just like the scene in The Force Awakens when Han and Chewie come on screen. It was also, just like that.
This isn't really a spoiler, but there's no crawl. And I have to say, it was really weird. Because I was sitting there, and a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away popped up, and I was like, psych, and there was no crawl. It was weird. Because you don't hear the opening theme. It's weird.
I heard there was no crawl, but then I saw them like, is there a crawl after all? And then it just cuts right to the beginning.
I know, I saw it, I was like, nah, they're not gonna have it. It's gonna be one of those ones. I was like, and I was right.
Yeah, it's really funny though. Some guy in the theater was a total hater on this movie, and during the crawl that never happened, he got pissed off. He started yelling at the screen. He's like, "No crawl!" And at the end of the movie, when this is the spoiler section, when everyone dies, you got the ambient music playing. You see the Death Star explosion on the planet, and then I just hear in the quiet theater while everyone's silent, I just hear, "Boo! This movie sucks," from the same guy. And that was really lame.
Okay, Saw Gerrera's in here, which if you guys watch the Clone Wars, he was in it for a 3-part series on Onderon. Honestly, I feel like the movie could have gone the entire time without him in there. I mean, it was cool seeing him in live action and everything, but the movie literally had no need for Saw Gerrera in there whatsoever. He literally dies on Jedha by the Death Star. I mean, there's like...
It was still cool having him there, though.
It was cool, but it's like I didn't see any significant point in having him there, is what I'm saying. Also, you find out how there's that little teeny, tiny, little itty-bitty construction plan on the Death Star.
Because a lot of people, that was one of the mistakes of Star Wars. They're like, oh yeah, it's a giant Death Space Station. How is there going to be one little weak spot where you shoot one thing in there, it blows up? They finally explained that.
Well, when you have, Jen's father on there, and he, designs the Death Star and tries to help out the Rebel Alliance, kind of gives you a little edge, doesn't it?
So that was really cool. They finally explained that. They finally explained how the Rebels got the Death Star plans, the people who sacrificed it. They finally showed their story. But speaking of that, I wish some of these the other characters, members of Rogue One, got more backstory. Jyn gets a perfect backstory, but if you watch The Force Awakens, Finn has a backstory. All the characters have their backstory.
Sure, it doesn't get one. All we know is that he's a guardian of the Force, that he is working at, that he's part of the Church of the Force. I just wish there was just
a little bit more there.
K2SO is an Imperial droid that was reprogrammed by the Rebels.
Yeah.
Cassian I just felt there needed to be a little more.
But besides that, it was very good.
I liked Chirrut, because he was blind. I liked it when he put a bag over his head and he's like, do I really need this? I'm blind.
You know who was the best guy in the movie? Are you ready for this?
Yes.
That is my favorite character. And now, that'll be the end of this episode of Sci-Fi Weekly. I give it an A.
Whoa, wait a minute. We didn't even get to the 2 Rebel spoilers. The 2 Rebel ones. Remember, you get to see Chopper in the left-hand corner of one, and then they also do General Syndulla over the intercom. And then remember the 2 guys in the New Hope where they're in the bar and they try to start stuff
So the guys that try and attack Luke in the bar in the New Hope, well, you actually see them on Jedha, though.
I don't know how they get off
I don't know how they survive when that entire place gets blown up by the Death Star, but somehow they make it off. That could be its own anthology film for all we know.
Also, there was one more. What was it? I can't remember it. Oh! No, this is a spoiler. I like it when they go on Mustafar. You actually see Anakin, or Vader, from the chest up behind him, and he's choking Kernick, and he's like, don't choke on your own aspirations. Get it?
One of my favorite scenes right there.
Huh? I know, it was a really
Well, guys, peace out, and we'll see you later. Next episode of Sci-Fi Weekly.
I'm one with the Force is with me. I'm one with the Force.